What's going on, everybody out there? Hope you enjoyed Monday Night Raw. If you didn't enjoy it, it was from New Orleans, home of WrestleMania 30. Maybe you didn't enjoy it. Maybe you enjoyed being on Twitter more. I don't know. I have my Twitter open. That's why I see this light glare on my glasses. I'm going to close it. Anyways, Raw was from New Orleans. It was promoted for at least a week that Brock Lesnar was returning, or maybe 2 weeks ago, Brock Lesnar was returning to Monday Night Raw in the WWE. Brock did not appear. It was a smart move, good booking by WWE that he didn't even appear on camera until the end of the show. Until he came out to the ring and kicked ass and destroyed and took a lot of people to Suplex City. Anyways, Paul Heyman did appear for Brock and talk for him. Brock doesn't need to talk. All he needs to do is be a badass and an ass kicker, and that's what he is. He's a beast. He's a one-of-a-kind talent. I have said it many, many times on Twitter. Brock Lesnar is a one-of-a-kind super talent. You'll never see another Brock Lesnar probably for another 50 years in pro wrestling or in the WWE. And I'll just say, when Brock left and went to UFC for a couple, like 2 or 3 years, I think, when he was in UFC, or he was gone longer from WWE than 2 or 3 years, because he left in 2004 and returned in, I think, 2013 or 2012 maybe. Brock returned. I don't have the exact date, but I know Brock did return after WrestleMania when Cena took on The Rock. I think in that match that was called, they booked it and promoted it as once in a lifetime. Anyways, I think Brock returned on a Raw right after that WrestleMania match in F5 Cena, and the crowd loved it. So when Brock was away in the UFC, and he even tried out for the Vikings in the NFL, and he did fight a MMA fight before he got signed by the UFC. Anyways, when Brock was gone, I didn't really miss him from the WWE at all. I never thought he would return. When he went to UFC, I was really excited about it. I ordered a couple UFC fights that he was on to watch him fight, and he kicked a lot of ass in UFC. He lost, I think, 3 or 4 fights, but who really cares? He still won the UFC heavyweight championship. So his UFC run, in my opinion, was a success. Now back to Monday Night Raw. And when Brock did return to the WWE, I was really excited and happy, and I didn't know how much I missed the guy until he was gone for a couple years. So I'm glad Brock is back. Glad he signed that new contract last year before WrestleMania 31. Now back to Raw. Raw starts off. Vince McMahon, Stephanie come out. The entire roster is standing on the stage. Vince and Stephanie say Roman is going to fight, or Vince says, I believe Vince said it, Roman's going to fight the entire roster. And it's all versus Roman tonight for the first time ever in WWE history. It's all versus Roman Reigns. I don't know what the hell that meant. I don't think anybody knew what it meant. And a lot of fans probably didn't even care what it meant. Anyways, I thought it was going to be baby faces and heels all teaming up to take on Roman Reigns. But then when they kept promoting it during Raw, they were saying it's all versus Roman and all the superstars will be on the outside of the ring. Then I thought, oh, it's going to be a stupid lumberjack match, which really played out, and the concept to me is just played out and really old and lame. So I'm glad to see it wasn't a lumberjack match in the main event against Roman, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So Vince says it's going to be all versus Roman tonight, and then Vince says Dean Ambrose won't be a part of it because Dean Ambrose, you are coming to the ring next, and you are facing Sheamus. So then it's Dean Ambrose against Sheamus, as I call him on Twitter, and I call him Shame Ass, because he's an ass. He's an ass to people that, if you just tweet Sheamus, you suck, and I'm not a fan of yours, or if you just tweet him, I'm not a fan of yours, and you look stupid, or if you just say something that little, something that tiny, like to call Sheamus stupid or call him, say he sucks, he will block you on Twitter. Believe me, he blocked me, but I'm proud and honored that Sheamus actually blocked me. So, shame ass, you suck, and you always will. Dean Ambrose, Sheamus was decent. It was okay. It was a good first kickoff match for Monday Night Raw. And then you had, of course, everybody knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. I even tweeted, when is Kevin Owens coming out? He's going to come out real soon. And then he ended up coming out. So there I go again with my brain pretty damn predictable that Kevin Owens was going to come out. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thought that. And Kevin Owens did come out, attack Dean Ambrose again, and their feud is continuing into the Royal Rumble. I'm sure they'll have a match for the Intercontinental title. And that'll be good to see, because I'm a fan of both of them. And it's been a pretty good feud. They've built up, Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, they have built their feud up pretty damn good, with them attacking each other every single week on Raw and SmackDown. So, I forgot who won between Sheamus and Dean. It doesn't really matter. All I know is Kevin Owens came on and attacked Dean Ambrose again. And then backstage, when they came back from a commercial, I'm not going to go through every single little segment of Raw, because then I'd be talking way too long, and I don't want to talk for 35 minutes. So, I think they came back from commercial after Dean was attacked, and Renee Young was interviewing her boyfriend. In real life, Dean Ambrose, everybody knows that, unless you don't care to read wrestling rumors. Then you don't know Dean Ambrose is dating Renee Young. And I'm sure Renee is always excited every time she's interviewing her boyfriend. But she acts professional, I give her that. She doesn't even crack a smile all the time. She acted professional, and Dean Ambrose did a good interview talking about, I'm not dead yet. Told Renee Young, feel my pulse, because I'm not dead yet, I'm still alive. That was a good backstage interview by Renee and Dean Ambrose. Then after that, I don't even know what the second match was. I'm trying to think, but Raw's 3 goddamn hours, so I'm not going to remember everything. I did not take any notes and write down the matches and everything that happened. I just did not, because that would have been a lot of crap to write down. But I did remember a couple things, so I'll just discuss what I remembered about Raw and what was the best parts of Raw, in my opinion. The most memorable parts of Raw. Up first, before Charlotte came out to face Brie Bella, and I don't know why they had to show Brie Bella's entrance in that stupid Brie mode music. I hate it. That's a god-awful theme. Anyways, Brie Bella comes out with her entrance shown on Raw, because they just have to promote that Total Divas is coming back, which I don't think, probably 90% of the WWE fans don't give a damn about Total Divas coming back, even though I will admit, I will not lie to you people, I will admit I am going to watch Total Divas, because I'm a fan of Natalya and Paige. So that's what I'm going to watch. Even though the entire show is probably fake and scripted, because it's full of drama. It is a reality show, so I'm sure it's scripted. But whatever, I don't give a damn. I'm going to still watch it just for entertainment. If I'm not entertained by Total Divas, for the new season, I'll turn it off. But I will check out Total Divas. Why? Probably because I'm a stupid mark. That's probably why. Anyways, back to Raw. New Orleans. So we had Jericho before we had the U.S. title match. We had Jericho come out, do a highlight reel on Raw. Highlight reel has not been seen on Raw for I don't know how long, probably 3-4 years, maybe longer. Jericho hasn't been on Raw in a wrestling match in a very long time. Probably over a year or 2 years, something like that. Because last time Jericho returned, he only worked house shows because that's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to show up on TV or pay-per-views, even though Jericho did show up at, I think, Night of Champions or one of those pay-per-views. He did show up and wrestle. It was a surprise. I can't remember who he faced. I think it was Kevin Owens or somebody. Anyways, Jericho comes out, does a highlight reel, and then you have the New Day come out. Or I think the New Day were Jericho's guests on the highlight reel. They went back and forth on the mic. It was entertaining. It was fun to hear and watch. New Day is always fun and entertaining to watch. The New Day is great. I'm a big fan of theirs. Big supporter of the New Day. New Day rocks. Why? Because they just rock. They're entertaining and I enjoy watching them. And the New Day segments that they are in are always pretty damn funny and pretty good. Because WWE lets the New Day, all three members, they let them be themselves. And that's why it's over as much as they are, because they are acting as themselves. And they're saying stuff on the microphone probably to get each other laugh. And that's the best way to get over, is just be your goddamn self in the WWE. And if you can get over as yourself and as your own personality comes out in your character, that's even better, in my opinion. Because Stone Cold, how he got over is that character, that was Stone Cold. That was Steve Austin. That was, or his real name, Steve Williams. That was Steve Williams. Stone Cold Steve Austin was Steve Williams. Inside, it just came out on TV as himself, basically. The guy was a beer drinker, redneck. So, back to Raw. Highlight reel going on there, battling back and forth on the mic. It was pretty damn good. Entertaining part of Raw. And then you had the stupid Usos come out. And then the show highlight reel went downhill from there. I didn't like the Usos coming out. I thought it was stupid. I'm not a fan of theirs. The Usos are boring as hell and they put me to sleep. So the Usos come out and then they get in the ring talking to the New Day, and then the New Day says there's three of us and only two of you Usos, and then Jericho interrupts and says, how stupid are you, you dumb. I think he called him a dumbass, or I think he said, what a dumbass you are, or are you such a dumbass you can't see there's there's 6 people in the ring. And then Jericho goes, we could basically have a 6-man tag right here. So they come back from a commercial and they have a 6-man tag. Someone on Twitter tweeted me that I don't remember who it was. Anyways, they tweeted me that Jericho looked like just a fat blob just sitting in the corner, and that he shouldn't be wrestling on Raw. Well, that's an idiotic, stupid comment to make, because whoever you are, sir, I'm sure you're probably look way worse than Jericho, and I'm sure you're in way worse shape than Jericho is. I know I am. I'm not in the shape Jericho is in, and the guy's like 44 years old or something. So if I got in the ring with Jericho, I would blow the fuck up. I would blow myself up. So whoever you are, I'm sure you're in no better shape than Jericho is. And if you are, God bless you. Good for you. But that was just stupid. to tweet me Jericho is in no great shape. He's just going to sit in the corner and look like a fat slob. That's just pointless to say to me because I don't care what you think, really, at all. And if I did care, I would have responded, which I didn't. And maybe you'll see this and you'll get pissed off and unfollow me. Go ahead. I don't really give a damn. I don't need all the followers I have. I only talk to, out of all those followers, I'll be honest. Again, I'm not going to lie to you people. Out of 15,000 followers, half of those, probably 75% of those don't even use Twitter anymore. I don't know where the hell they went. They just started an account, followed me, and they left. But out of those 15,000, I would say I'm only close, and I only talk to and I'm close with about under 100 people I talk to, and I'm close with, and I talk to regularly every week. And so I guess 14,900 people I don't even talk to. So you can unfollow me if you want. I don't give a damn. I won't lose sleep over it, and I won't give a fuck. If you want to unfollow me, go ahead. I hope you have a great life, and I wish you luck, the best of luck in your life. I have no hate towards you. If you unfollow me, I will not care. I'll probably still follow you. Doesn't matter to me. Anyways, I didn't call you out, even though you probably know who you are. I'm not going to call you out because it's not worth it to mention your Twitter account and your Twitter name. It's not worth it. It's pointless. It's pointless that I even brought it up, really, but I just thought that was stupid for a fan to bash Jericho and say the guy looks out of shape and just looks out of shape and is sitting there in the corner. That was just really stupid to tweet me. Very stupid and ignorant to tweet that to me, so don't do it again. Don't tweet me ignorant, stupid shit that you tweet whoever. I'm just warning people for the future. Don't tweet ignorant, stupid shit to me, like if you see a wrestler you don't like or out of shape or whatever you think they are, and you tweet me, you got to tweet me and tell me what you think they are or what you think they look like. I won't give a fuck, and I will not respond. So don't do that again, because that shit is annoying. People tweeting me ignorant shit about wrestlers and divas, that is annoying. I don't like that shit. I don't like hearing it. That shit is annoying. So don't be doing that shit, anybody. But whatever. It's a free country, free speech. You can do whatever the hell you want and tweet me whatever the fuck you want. But if I don't like it and it pisses me off, I might say something to you, or I'll just mute your ass or block your ass. Back to Raw. 6-man tag happens. I think the Usos and Jericho got the win. I do not remember. Sorry, I just don't remember. If you want to know, you can look it up on the websites for Raw results or Raw spoilers. Look it up if you want to know who won between the Usos and Jericho and the New Day. I just don't remember. Up next, we have the U.S. Championship. As I said, I'm going to skip over some parts and some segments of Raw. And I probably wasted 5 minutes going on that stupid little rant about wrestling fans tweeting me during Raw ignorant, stupid shit about how out of shape they think Jericho looks. I guess I went on a rant, and I'm sorry for that I wasted your people's time watching this, because this is a Raw New Orleans review, not a rant on ignorant wrestling fans on Twitter. And stupid ass, dumb ass, motherfucking ignorant fans on Twitter that tweet me stupid shit. I don't want to hear that shit anymore, because it's annoying as fuck, and I don't care what you think about any wrestlers or divas. Unless you're a real good friend of mine, then I will care, and I'll probably say something if you piss me off. back to Raw now. U.S. Championship was on the line. John Cena, they showed a clip of him saying on Raw like 1 or 2 weeks ago, my pick to take on Alberto Del Rio, I think he said to replace me to get a shot at the U.S. title, is Kalisto. And then Kalisto came out when Cena said that. But tonight, he got the U.S. title shot against Alberto Del Rio on Raw, finally. Alberto defends his U.S. title again on Raw because it's about damn time Alberto Del Rio defended his U.S. title, because the guy has never defended it since he won it. The only time I remember him defending it is against John Cena like 2 weeks ago. So I was happy and glad to see Alberto Del Rio defend it again tonight on Raw. And I was hoping, really hoping for a title change, that Kalisto would win the U.S. title tonight. Well, I did not expect it to happen. I was pretty damn surprised, pretty damn shocked, and I was pretty damn happy that it happened, that Kalisto won the title, won the U.S. title, and is the new U.S. heavyweight champ. Or I don't think they call it heavyweight anymore. WWE just calls it the U.S. title. So very happy, very glad that Kalisto is the new U.S. champion. Congrats to him. The guy's a great talent. Hell of a worker, hell of a talent. Again, congratulations to Kalisto. The guy's a great talent. He deserves to have the U.S. title for a while. For at least a couple months. Or even past WrestleMania. Kalisto should hold it. I was pretty damn surprised that Alberto Del Rio lost the title on Raw. Maybe at Royal Rumble they'll have Alberto Del Rio maybe win the title back. But I think that'd be pretty pointless. And that would just stop Kalisto's push. That would absolutely stop it. And just push him way back down. If he loses the U.S. title in like 2 weeks, that would be stupid as hell. If Alberto Del Rio wins it back at the Royal Rumble, that would be a bad, bad decision for WWE to do that. So Kalisto's the new U.S. champ. I already said that. And I was really happy he won it and really surprised there was a title change finally on a Monday Night Raw. It's about damn time that happened. Because as a longtime fan of watching Raw every single week for years and years, about damn time you get a title change. And I'm talking about any championship changing hands. I would have been happy with, but I was happy Kalisto got a title and is getting a push that he deserves. With Sin Cara, his partner, out of action, Kalisto deserves a push and deserves the spotlight and deserves to get a push and is getting a push because as a new star that the WWE can push Kalisto to the moon. He could replace Rey Mysterio, in my opinion, and be just as big as Rey Mysterio was in like 2006 when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Kalisto, if they push him right and book him right, he can be just as big as a international star that Rey Mysterio Jr. was for the WWE. So after that, after Kalisto wins the U.S. title, well, before that, we had the Wyatt family come out. All 4 members came out, got in the ring. And earlier, Bray Wyatt, when Vince was in the ring to start the show, Bray Wyatt got on the mic and said Roman Reigns is, or something about Roman Reigns is not, again, Roman Reigns gets his chance or something like that. And Bray sounded pretty angry that Roman is champion. Later on, Wyatt family comes out, and then the Social Outcasts, they actually come out, and they announce the tables match. Well, I thought the Dudleys were going to come out and take on the Wyatt family in the tables match. The Dudleys and somebody else. I don't know who else. Could have been any other 2 other guys on the roster. I didn't care. But I thought the Dudleys would have came out to face the Wyatts, but they didn't. The Social Outcast came out, and I don't really know why they're pushing these guys. I'm not against it, but I don't know why they're doing it. If they're just putting them together to be a group and a faction to work together in the Royal Rumble. That's my guess, that the Social Outcasts will probably be broken up after the Royal Rumble. And they'll probably all turn on each other in the Rumble and throw each other out of the Rumble. So the Social Outcasts is probably only going to last 1 or 2 months. So they come out, they challenge the Wyatt family, and they say they want to fight them, and they're gonna come and fight them. So they come into the ring, and then they start brawling with the Wyatts. And then after that, you had Ryback. His music hit. For some reason, he came out and he saved and helped the Social Outcasts. So I guess Ryback is part of the Social Outcasts because he doesn't get a push either, and he likes to, they'll probably turn Ryback into a bitching, complaining superstar also that has not gotten his opportunity with the WWE. Well, that's because nobody cares about you, Ryback. That's why you're probably in bitching and moaning, and you haven't been given a WWE World Heavyweight Championship run or even a title shot because the fans don't really care about you. At least I don't. I don't really care about Slater either. I know people like Slater, but I don't. I'm not a fan of his. The guy's never entertained me except for on Swerved. On the WWE Network show Swerved. Slater was pretty entertaining on that and good on that show. That's about it. He's not very good as a wrestler, in my opinion, or as a WWE superstar. Who else is in it? Curtis Axel, he's a good talent, but his mic skills are kind of weak. But he's a great wrestler, great talent. He's a third-generation superstar, and they can't figure out any goddamn way to push Curtis Axel for their life. It's pretty pathetic that WWE has not even used Curtis Axel really at all. Hardly at all. In 2015, they barely used him. And it's pathetic that Damien Sandow doesn't get used on TV either. That's damn pathetic, and that's sad as hell. Who else is in the Social Outcasts? Slater, Bo Dallas, and Adam Rose. I don't really care for Bo Dallas. He's never entertained. He's funny. His little promos he does are funny. After he does a promo, he says, "Bo, leave." That shit is funny. But as a wrestler and as a character, I don't really care for Bo Dallas. I'm just not a fan of his. But his promos are pretty funny sometimes. At least when he was a singles wrestler and they were trying to give him a push. Even though they stopped pushing him and stopped using him on Raws and SmackDowns all the time. Adam Rose, I got no problem with Adam Rose. I don't really like his character, whatever he is, I don't know. They tried making Adam Rose like a gossip type character, like a TMZ type, where he was doing this show called Bush, the Rose Bush, I think it's called the Rose Bush, or some crap like that. That was okay, but I wasn't entertained by it. Whatever. It was pretty dumb, so they put Adam Rose in the Social Outcasts. I'm fine with that, but Social Outcasts, I doubt lasts until WrestleMania. I doubt they will. And then we had JBL, also before Charlotte came out against Brie, which never happened, but JBL came out and was standing in the ring and said, the first inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame is the man they call Sting. And they show a video package of Sting. It was pretty awesome. A lot of the clips and highlights were already put together. They were already put together and shown last year, I could tell. But they had some new comments in there from some superstars and some people that work for the company. So it was a good Sting video package. WWE announced today that Sting was the first member going into the 2016 WWE Hall of Fame class. Sting put out a tweet and said he can't wait for it and stuff like that. WWE put out a tweet saying Sting's going in. WWE.com had a page, a story about Sting going in the Hall of Fame. Triple H tweeted out, Sting is well deserving of the Hall of Fame, and he's going in. And a lot of people tweeted. Ric Flair tweeted about Sting going in the Hall of Fame. Mick Foley tweeted that without him and Sting having a program in a small feud in 1991, Mick Foley tweeted, nobody would know who I am if it wasn't for Sting. And Mick Foley believes and says Sting put him on the map in 1991. So that was really cool of Mick Foley to do that and say that about Sting. Bubba Ray Dudley, I retweeted a lot of these tweets. Bubba Ray Dudley put out a picture of him and Sting from TNA. And Bubba Ray Dudley said he grew up watching Sting and it was an honor to wrestle him and be in the ring with him. Who else tweeted about Sting? LeBron James actually put out an Instagram post. I didn't see it yet, but I heard WWE say it. LeBron James, giant superstar, known worldwide, plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James, King James, put on Instagram that Sting was one of his favorite wrestlers, and I think got him into wrestling. Sting is also one of my favorites. My number one favorite when I was a kid that got me into wrestling was Hulk Hogan. Number two favorite of mine that I just became obsessed with was Sting. Very great. Sting had a great career. The guy's a legend. The guy's will be a Hall of Famer. Many-time WCW champion, NWA champion, couple times, probably 5 or 6 time TNA world champion. Even though a lot of people probably think the TNA belt means nothing, he still was a world champion a couple times. So it's great. It's awesome. It's epic that Sting is going into the Hall of Fame. It's very, very cool. It's just sad that the guy can never wrestle another match again because he was in good shape. He was in good enough shape to wrestle 1 or 2 more times in the WWE. But Sting announced he has to get neck surgery from Night of Champions, and in his injuries he suffered at Night of Champions, Sting says he has to get neck surgery for those injuries. And it's very, very sad, very tragic, damn depressing that Sting had to end his wrestling career with Seth Rollins and getting injured in a match. Even though I don't think it was Seth Rollins' fault at all. It was just an accident that Sting got injured. But it just sucks. As a major Sting fan, it sucks that the guy cannot have one more match to retire at WrestleMania 32. And I'm positive that Sting will not be wrestling at WrestleMania 32. He won't be able to wrestle unless they put him in a tag match and he doesn't take any bumps on his back or on his neck. He won't be able to take any bumps if he gets in the ring. Even if he does get tagged in a tag match, if he gets tagged in the ring, I don't even know if he'll be able to punch a guy and move his head and move his neck back and forth. I don't even know if he'll be able to do anything. I don't know how severe his neck pain is. I don't know. But his neck is good enough to show up at the Hall of Fame. So that's a good thing. I just hope Sting's health, after he gets the neck surgery, I just hope he can live a healthy life for the rest of his life without being in any pain. And if he's not in any pain after the surgery and the guy doesn't want to wrestle anymore, I'm fine with that. I just want Sting to be healthy, but I would love it to see him have a retirement match at another WrestleMania, either this year or next year. I would love that because it just sucks how Sting got injured against Rollins at Night of Champions. I do not want to see the Stinger, and I don't want to see his career go out like that. But if his in-ring career is over, then Sting is going out with a bang, getting put into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's a pretty great way to end your career, I guess. That is a pretty damn good way to end it. And Sting will appear in front of the crowd at WrestleMania 32 as the announcer. They give respect on WrestleManias. They give respect to the Hall of Famers that were just put in, and they let them come out on the stage. So that'll be nice to see Sting come out on the stage at WrestleMania 32. But I wish he could wrestle, but we all know he can't. And he won't be wrestling at WrestleMania 32. That fucking sucks. Now on to Charlotte and Ric Flair. Her father, her manager also. I really like Ric Flair being with Charlotte. It's a great fit to get Charlotte over as a major heel champion that a lot of times cheats to win, but that's okay because her father, Ric Flair, cheated to win a lot, and it didn't hurt his career. It just made him better and better, and if he did cheat to win, then whoever he faced for the world title next, if he had a rematch with them, the people just paid more and wanted to see Ric Flair get beat even more because he was always cheating to win. So, Charlotte does an interview backstage. Becky Lynch, I believe, also talked, or I think she talked, or no, it was just Ric Flair and Charlotte being interviewed, and then Charlotte says, I always win Flair and square. I think she said that, something like that. That was pretty funny. I started tweeting that out, Flair and square. I thought it was pretty good thing to say. Pretty entertaining. So then Charlotte comes out, about to face Brie Bella. She gets in the ring, does her splits into the ring, and then Becky Lynch runs in the ring. Jumps on top of Charlotte, starts beating the crap out of her, punching her over and over and over, drilling her with right hands. It was awesome. Becky Lynch jumping on Charlotte and attacking her was great. It was great for the storyline, great for the build-up between those two. Hopefully there's a Divas title match between Becky and Charlotte at the Royal Rumble. Hopefully there is. And maybe we'll get a title change. Maybe Becky will shock the WWE Universe, and Becky will become Divas Champion. If she did win, she would be a great Divas Champion. I'm a fan of hers. She's a great talent. Maybe at Royal Rumble, if Becky does get a title shot, maybe Sasha Banks will get involved and screw Charlotte. Who knows? Or maybe Sasha will screw Becky out of the title because she wants a title shot. Who knows? Anyways, the match never happened between Brie and Charlotte because of Becky Lynch last kicker beatdown. I enjoyed that, and it was a good segment to Raw. It was a highlight of Raw. Up next, I'm going to just talk about the main event. Roman Reigns taking on All. He started with Kevin Owens because Vince said you're starting against Kevin Owens. They went on to wrestle and fight for, felt like 20 minutes, maybe longer. I think it was probably 15 or 18 minutes they probably went on. They were going at it and at it. I even tweeted out, how the hell is Roman going to defeat 29 other guys when he can't beat Kevin Owens in a one-on-one match? I don't know how Roman Reigns is going to survive a Royal Rumble match when he can't survive a one-on-one match with Kevin Owens, even though Kevin Owens is damn good. Roman, as a champion, should have beat him within 10 minutes. And then Vince should have sent another guy in there, and then Roman should have beat him again. That's the way I would have booked it, but whatever. It was booked fine. I was okay with what they did with the finish of Raw. So then Roman Reigns, I believe, wins and defeats Kevin Owens. If he didn't, I apologize. I think a whole bunch of the heels ran into the ring. Del Rio, New Day ran into the ring, and I think they interfered, jumped Roman Reigns, and I think it was a DQ finish. But whatever, I'm okay with that, because at least it wasn't on a pay-per-view. I hate DQ finishes on pay-per-views. I'm going on pretty damn long, and I'm going to end soon. So, New Day was in the ring, Del Rio was in the ring, Sheamus was in the ring, Kevin Owens was in the ring, and then Roman was beat the hell down, I think laid out. Brock Lesnar, his music hits. It was awesome. Michael Cole says, the pain, or the beast, not the pain, he says, the beast is here. Is back in the day, everybody knows Taz used to say, here comes the pain. I think saying here comes the pain is way better than saying the beast is here, but whatever. It's not 2002 anymore. When Taz used to say that. In 2003 used to say it also. Anyways, I think Taz came up with that. Here comes the pain. When Brock would come out, pretty damn good catchphrase to say for Brock. Because every time Brock comes to the ring, the guy brings the pain. That's for sure. So, Brock comes out. Crowd saw New Orleans most of the night, except for when Kalisto won the U.S. title. And when Becky Lynch attacked Charlotte, the crowd was pretty good. They started chanting, Becky, Becky, getting behind Becky Lynch. I enjoyed that. That was the right thing for New Orleans to do. And for New Orleans, finally woke up. But the rest of the night, New Orleans was a pretty weak crowd. If I rate them 1 to 10, I'd say New Orleans was about a 6. They weren't very good, or 6 or 5. In some parts, they were better. When Brock came out, they gave him a decent pop. He got in the ring, hit a double. New Day was standing in front of him. Kofi and Xavier Woods. Xavier started poking Brock, like telling him, go attack Roman, go attack Roman. Then Brock, of course, looked at them, ran forward, double clotheslines, Kofi and Xavier. Then Big E runs at him. Brock ducks, hooks him, gives him German suplex, takes Big E to Suplex City. That's one guy down. Already knocked down Kofi and Xavier, so 3 guys were down. Then I believe Alberto Del Rio, he went to Suplex City. Kevin Owens went to Suplex City, got a German suplex, and fell out of the ring. And then Roman Reigns was left or Sheamus started attacking Brock, punching him in the gut, stiff shots in the back, drilling Brock, but Brock fought off Sheamus. And then he picks up Roman. Brock Lesnar F5's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns, to end Raw. It was a good end. I enjoyed it. Most of Raw was a lot of parts were very slow, but that's okay because I didn't watch the slow parts. I was on Twitter most of the time. The good parts were Jericho and New Day in a mic battle on highlight reel, even though they didn't call it a mic battle. That's what I called it. Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Becky beating down Charlotte. That was a highlight of Raw, in my opinion. I enjoyed that. And Brock coming out, taking everybody to Suplex City and F5ing Roman Reigns. That was a highlight to me. If I give Raw a rating, a 1 to 10, say tonight's Raw was 7. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all, but it wasn't great either. This ends my Raw New Orleans review. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at TNA WWE Guy and at NXT WWE Guy. Hope somebody watches this Raw review and somebody enjoys it. Hopefully I get more than 2 views. If you watch it, any parts of it, 5 minutes of it or 15 minutes of it, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, follow me on Twitter. You know where to follow me, at TNA WWE Guy. That's my main account. And my other account is at NXT WWE Guy. Bye for now, everybody.